so be it. It's a nice little
That'd be
bonus. So my first question to you would be for the Bears, what is Justin Fields and company going to have to do to beat the Ravens? What are they going to have to do to beat them?
Fields is going to have to throw. He's going to have to pull out that fourth quarter. See, here's what made him special against the Steelers. And this is exactly what he needs to do his entire career. If he does this his entire career, Justin Fields will be one of the greatest quarterbacks, one of the top 20 quarterbacks of all time. He will. He spread that ball out. He went through his progressions like snap, 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 all over the place, man. The difference between Justin Fields against the Browns or even the next against the Packers or the next 3 weeks, and Justin Fields in that fourth quarter against the Steelers is Grand Canyon. It is completely different. It's a guy who took about 5 seconds to go through his progressions to a guy that took half a second to go through. I'd say about 2 seconds to go through his progressions. It was so fast. If he can just do that, if Justin Fields can do that, and then mixed with his athleticism, his amazing arm that he can just drop 70 yards down the field anytime, and his amazing down the field accuracy, he'll be a phenomenal quarterback in this league. If he can go through his progressions at that speed, it's a wrap. He can be anyone in this entire league, period. He can be anyone if he can do that. So that's the Fields that I want to see every single week. And you got to protect him. That's another key. You got to protect Fields. You got to give him a little time every now and again and let the play develop. You know what I mean? Give the receivers some time. But that's my key. What about you?
So you're saying the keys to beating him are give him time in the pocket, protect him, and for him not to be afraid to use his legs, right?
Well, no, he definitely could use his legs, but I would say if he can be the fourth quarter, the guy who can, the Justin Fields who can go through his progressions quickly, the guy who in the fourth quarter who got into such a good rhythm and who could just like lightning through his progressions. All right, like I'm going to throw to this guy this time. He went through 5 different receivers in 12 throws or something like that. That's like Drew Brees-esque. Like that is Tom Brady-esque. If you can do that, I don't care who it is. You could beat anyone. You can beat the Ravens, Patriots. You can beat anyone. But you have to be that guy. You can't be the lethargic kind of coming out of the pocket slowly. So it's on him. I mean, that's the thing. He's a talented kid. It's on him. The franchise is in. We gave him the keys to the franchise. He is the Bears. Justin Fields is the Bears. We have a good defense, sure, maybe, but Justin Fields is the guy now. So if we will go up and down as he does, and I like our chances.
No doubt, no doubt. Now, my next question is: if the Bears do lose this game, is Matt Nagy on the hot seat, and should he or shouldn't he be?
See, there's been a lot of talk about Matt Nagy's job this year, and some by me, and I've been back and forth. I've been all over the place. I'm not going to lie. It's an emotional situation. It really is. The Bears, especially. What's that?
It's tough.
It is tough. Chicago's an emotional city. We are reactionary. We're, like a lot of sports cities, maybe not a lot, but a handful. Boston, Philly, Chicago.
Passionate fan bases, dude. Passionate fan bases there.
Keep in mind, week 1 or 2, people were trying to track. They were saying fire Bill Belichick. Remember that shit?
There was a time when they were yelling fire Bill. I do.
They were. I do. So, with that being said, I don't think Matt Nagy should be on the hot seat. I think that Justin Fields is Matt Nagy's lottery ticket. And if Justin Fields hits, if he hits, then Matt Nagy hits. And maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know how the McCaskies or the Phillips family feel. I do not understand, or I don't know where they're looking at it, or how they're looking at it, or what goes on behind the scenes. I don't know who's getting like looked at, or if anyone's getting looked at. If they're saying, "Oh, wow, Ryan Pace is doing," it's hard to say. They're very quiet people, but I don't think he should be necessarily because Fields is developing. If Fields was not developing, you got to try one more time with a different coach. But if Fields is developing, Matt Nagy can keep his job. That's my answer. Do you think that would be true?